everyone, my name is Rhiannon from Blue Dog Board Games, and today we're going to be doing a solo playthrough of a game called Witchcraft. Now I say a solo playthrough, this is a solo only card game. This is a game where you are playing as a coven of witches and you are trying to ward off evil mystical forces from the village that you live in, protecting the villagers around you and ultimately trying to convince some jurors that you are witches, but you are working for the force of good. They are going to be judging you at the end of the game as to whether you are actually just lumped in with the evils that are going on around you, are okay, you're helping out, but you're still like outsiders to the world, or actually you're going to be welcomed with open arms into their community as revealed witches. From my understanding, Witchcraft is actually a re-implementation of another game called Resist. I haven't played Resist, so I'm not able to give you like a side-by-side comparison, but I do think that almost all, if not all, of the gameplay elements of Resist are sort of pulled into this one and maybe streamlined a little bit. But Witchcraft also adds an extra layer of like finality, and you are trying to, at the end of the game, convince the jurors and the judges about your innocence and your your deeds to do good rather than evil. I don't believe Resist has any of that like final game criteria, so I think it's just like a win or loss condition from my understanding. So if you are sort of interested in this game but Resist was a better theme for you, you could also look into that game as well. But anyway, we are all set up ready to go, so let's get going. So as you can see, this actually takes up quite a bit of space. I'm trying to like keep a gap down at the bottom here so I can show you what cards I'm going to be playing, because we're going to be playing witches, and you'll need to be able to see. I need to like put them in piles. Other than that, I have like changed the layout a little bit. So each juror up here, we've got Angel, Ichabod, and Hatchet. These are the jurors that are going to be judging us at the end of the game, and we're trying to persuade them that we are doing forces for good. And we have 2 cards per juror. You won't be able to see Ichabod's at the moment, but if and when I reveal them, I will sort of move them onto his face. And Hatchet's are over here. These are numbers between 1 and 6. I don't know what they are, so it could be 2 1s, it could be 6 and I think there's only one 6, so a 6 and a 5. Basically, that is the total that I need to reach in terms of their persuasion in order to get them over onto my side. So at the moment, all of them start on 1 persuasion. They are not persuaded at all. And so if I revealed them all now, I would lose the game completely. But as we go through the game, we're going to be pushing up this persuasion marker on each of the jurors and hopefully persuading all 3 of them. It's quite a challenge to persuade all 3 of them, so I'm not sure whether we will or not, but hopefully we'll get at least 2 of 3. And then that's not a loss. You've got like the complete loss. If you manage to persuade 1, you're basically a real outcast, and I think you still lose the game. If you persuade 2 of 3, you don't lose the game, but also you are an outcast and nobody really likes you. So that's not a great victory, but it's not a loss. And all 3 is your win condition. So hopefully we'll be able to get as many as possible. Here we've got a villagers deck. They are all hidden. We don't want to see them yet, but we may be, unfortunately, the forces of evil that are going on may be getting rid of some citizens. We've got some curse cards, which are sort of in a pile over there. We've got 3 curses shuffled into our coven here. And we have events? What do you call it? Mission cards. And each of these particular like challenges that we're going to be facing has associated missions. So we've got this one here, and this one down the middle, and this one on the right. So I have actually done the setup already, and I've chosen the witches that I want to be playing with. What happens usually is that you shuffle all of the cards together, all of the witch cards. There's like some that you take out because they're for the like story mode. And then you draw 2 and pick one of those 2 that you want to keep in your coven, the other one in your like recruitment deck. And you continue doing that in pairs. So I have got my coven here. It's I believe off the screen, or if it's not off the screen, this is my recruitment deck here. And I've also got 3 curses that shuffled into my coven deck as well. And this game is a little bit difficult to like explain up front, so I'm just going to run through it and tell you exactly what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So hopefully you'll be able to get a bit of an idea of how the game flows through as we go through. But we got a nice little handy card here, which I still use to this day because there's quite a lot of things going on. You get really caught up in your turn. I was going to say in your own turn, but that's the only turn that you're playing. But otherwise you can really get sidetracked. So anyway, we start the game by drawing 5 witches, hopefully witches, from our coven deck and seeing who they are. So I actually have a curse already. So unfortunately curses just act to block your hand. So let me put that on the table for now because we're not working with them. So the very first thing that we're doing is playing witches. So we have 4 witches in our hands, and you'll see that they're sort of split into 2. So each witch has a unrevealed or hidden side on the left-hand side and a revealed side on the right-hand side. And they will have different powers according to whether they're hidden or revealed. Now, bear in mind, if you reveal themselves as a witch, so they are implementing their witchy powers to help the village that you're in, they are potentially going to be stronger, more powerful. They'll give you more power, maybe, not this one particularly, but none of these are very good examples. Here you go. Phyllis Tancred would be more powerful if she's revealed. They may have a better revealed effect, but they're going to be jailed at the end of that round, and you'll have a jail like pile of witches, and you may be able to get them back out of jail at later times in the game, but you just need to be aware of when you're going to be trying to hide their powers and, you know, restrain themselves a bit, or whether they're going to go all out. So what we're doing now is just deciding whether or not we want to play them outright. It may be because of the particular hidden ability that they've got. So if I played Phyllis Tancred right now, I can uncover a challenge card against one of these missions. So I may play this and I may reveal one of these. So I might do that. That one's not going to be any good. This is +1 power for each other Tancred in play. This game's quite cool because you have like family members in your coven. So I've got the Tancred family that I have been trying to collect when I've been constructing my coven deck. So I've actually got 2 Sullivans here and 2 Tancreds. And Marie Tancred's ability for her hidden ability is +1 power for each other Tancred in play. So it's a nicely shaped game that you can really sort of manipulate into getting stronger and stronger, or sometimes it can screw you over when you're drawing your cards and things like that. It's very clever. But what I might do actually is just have a look at these missions, because in a minute we're going to be actually tackling one of these missions. We're doing it mission by mission, and I want to actually see like whether it's worth playing the witches for their hidden ability at this point, or whether it's worth just holding back for a minute. So just having a look at them, this one over here, we've got Purify the Well. So this has got a difficulty of 6 up in the left-hand corner. So we would have to have a power of 6 in order to succeed at that mission. Protect our children at the school, power of 4. And put out the fire at the woodcutter's shed, power of 4. These are all challenges to overcome at the same time as this mission. So these will have also additional like difficulty levels that we need to beat with our power. We can choose to like not beat any of them, and the end of the game will trigger if we fail some of these missions, or there's like multiple ways that you can lose the game. If you like lose too many villagers, or you draw your hand and it's filled with curses, things like that. So this is a really nice one because if I'm successful, I can recruit a witch. That one, discard 1 challenge from another mission. Oh, actually, that might be better to do then, because this is much more difficult and it still has 4 challenges. So that could be a better one to do first. And this one, lose a villager's card if I fail. All right. Well, actually, what I think I'm going to do is go to this one in the first instance, because I've already lost a potential card because of my curse card. So I'm going to be thinking of putting out the fire at the woodcutter's shed. Sorry, children, and drinking water. So let's just think, do I want to discard 1 challenge? Probably, because here, this Michelle Sullivan's hidden ability is, if 4 or more Sullivans are in play, you can remove 1 conviction card on a juror from the game. These purple ones are the conviction cards, which is amazing. But I definitely don't have 4 Sullivans in play right now. So I'm 100% going to be playing Michelle Sullivan for her hidden ability here. Discard 1 challenge. I'm just going to discard one of these. And so I've only got 2 here now. Okay, so this would give me +1 power for each other Sullivan in play. So at the moment she would be giving me 1, 2, 3. If I played her for her hidden. Ideally, I really want to get to the target of 4 at least, and hopefully at least one of these as well. This is Uncover 1 challenge, 1 power for each other tank grid in play. So if I played her for her hidden, that would be 1, 2, 3. And then that hidden would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I could get away with doing all of these on their hidden. So let's see. I'm going to play Phyllis Tancred now for her hidden ability, Uncover 1 challenge. I don't know whether to actually just go for something else. Let's go for something over here so we can plan something a little bit better. A fox. This is cool because you have familiars in this game that you can recruit and they give you bonuses. And this is a little familiar that you can keep, and he would allow you to, when you choose a mission, you may remove the fox from the game to halve its difficulty, which would be really, really nice. Then I think I'm going to play you for your hidden ability and you for your hidden ability. In fact, no, let's not. We're going, I'm just thinking, if I can play them for my hidden ability, no problem, but I may as well just see for certain what these values are, because I may be able to play one of them for their revealed ability in order to overcome all of the challenges there, which may be more beneficial. So that's fine. We've played our witches. We've chosen our mission. This one. This you then have to like trigger any like abilities. Some of them are like abilities when you get chosen. Some of them, they have different symbols. Some of them are abilities that trigger when you don't choose it. So in the latter missions, you will have symbols on some of these missions which will basically say, if you don't choose me this round, you have to trigger this, and it's a negative thing. But at the moment, at the beginning of the game, none of that really happens, so I can just skip past that. So this is when I can choose this, reveal everything here. So you see these are quite, one of them is actually quite difficult. So we've got a Plague Rats here for a difficulty 3. If I fail it, I lose a Villager's card. And I've got a Plague Rats here for a power of 1. And if I fail it, I also lose a Villager's card. So I would definitely want to just tackle this one. So I need a minimum of 5, but if I could get 7, 8, that would be great. And I think now, if I play my remaining witches on their hidden side as well, I think we can get to their total of 8 and defeat all of that stuff. So this is 1. Sorry, no, it's not. That's 0. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the extra Sullivan, 6, 7, 8 for the extra Tancred. So that's fine. We are going to resolve our mission, so determine available power. We have got 8. Overcome challenges, which are these ones here. And we trigger any like success conditions as we do them. So I'm going to get rid of this Plague Rats first. So this is going to cost me 1 power. So I've now got 7. I'm going to then tackle these other Plague Rats, which is now going to leave me with 4. And then I'm going to choose to overcome the mission. So 4 challenge here. This is a failure condition, but I'm not failing. So I'm going to overcome this one. What happens now is there's like little symbols, you probably won't be able to see them, but in the corner. So each of these jurors is associated with a mission type. So this hatchet guy is like a woodcutter. So all of his missions are going to be surrounding like protecting his livelihood, protecting the woods, protecting all of that stuff. So this is why we're putting out the fire at the woodcutter's shed, and we're going to therefore earn his favor. So once we have succeeded at a mission, you'll see this symbol in the corner here. So this says 2 or 1. So I can either choose to push up 2 in this associated juror's persuasion, or I can do it on anyone else for 1. So I'm going to actually do 2 on the hatchet guy, and he's now at 3, and we can just get rid of this from the game. And then finally, we're going to decide or not whether we want to go to trial. So this is going to be essentially, we would reveal these two conviction cards and then compare them with the persuasion of that particular juror. If we have met or exceeded the total on those two cards, we have persuaded them that we are innocent and we are good. Otherwise, we would fail convincing that juror. I am 100% not going to go to trial because I would fail. So we just go straight into the recovery phase. All of my witches that are hidden still go into a discard pile along with the curses. I'm going to put them off to the side because I need to keep lots of space here. We then draw a new mission. Destroy the lost soldier camp at the old battlefield. Ooh. And then draw 4 mission cards and they stay hidden. I am so sorry if you can hear all sorts of noises today. I only have one day to film this week and it's sod's law. Every single time I sit down to film, I've got my neighbours like drilling over there. I've got workmen outside my house and I've got somebody else refitting their bathroom or something over the garage. So I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so now we just draw another 5. 3, 4, 5. We basically keep going in this game until we feel ready to face the jurors. And I don't really feel ready yet. So there's another curse, so I'm just going to stick him off to the side. Interesting. So we've got Genevieve here. So she would give us +1 power for each curse in my hand. If you do her on the revealed side, she gives me 1 extra power, but also +2 power for each curse in your hand. So it's really interesting abilities like that that may actually make you think that maybe I should collect some curses. It blocks up your hand, but then you could get a really powerful turn by doing her ability. Uncover all challenges of 1 mission. That could be really good. And draw 3 cards from the Coven deck. Place all Sullivans into your hand and any remaining cards back on top of the Coven deck in any order. I like that a lot. And alternatively, Jane's is a direct comparison to Genevieve. +2 power if you have no curses in your hand. But then her revealed ability is, for each Kent, including Jane, in play, you can remove 1 curse from your hand and place it in the curse pile, so get it out of your hand altogether. So anyway, let's have a look. I think we might want to do this middle one because the success ability would allow us to discard 1 challenge from another mission. We could potentially get rid of something here, which will just help us overcome that before we move into the Act 2 ones, which are a little bit more powerful in general. This one isn't. This one's a 6. So I'm just going to see that if I play them on their hidden abilities, how much power would I have? So that would give me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a lot. However, I would really like to get Liz Sullivan's hidden ability, which is draw 3 cards from the Coven deck and place all Sullivans into your hand. Okay, at this point, I think what I might do is play Norma Tancred for her hidden ability, uncover all challenges at 1 mission. So I'm going to just have a look to see how difficult this middle one is. It's not looking great. It's really not looking that great, actually. Okay, so interestingly, we've got a 4 difficulty here. This is an evil witch for difficulty 4, and if I fail, I gain a curse. Maybe I don't need to worry about curses so much. This one also will gain a curse, so that's then getting a bit of a problem. But this one here, the Angry Mob, is only difficulty 1, but this is one of the abilities that you need to think about because it says if you choose this mission to do, you cannot overcome any other missions here without overcoming the Angry Mob first. They're basically stopping you from doing anything else. And also I've got a Witch Elder here, so if I succeed at getting rid of her, I can recruit a witch. So ideally I want a power of at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could afford to get 1 more curse. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. I think I might have to, at this point, lose 2 cards. So let's be a little bit, let's actually play her for her hidden ability. Draw 3 cards from the Coven deck. Actually, I don't know. Should I do that? Let's do that. So 3 cards. If I have any Sullivans, they can come in my hand. I think I should have Sullivans. Only 1. That's fine. They can come in my hand. And then I can put these back in any order. So it really doesn't matter because I'm going to be drawing both next turn. So that means I need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 1, 2. I could do 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to have to reveal someone. So I think it's better to reveal Genevieve right now. No, we're going to reveal Jane Kent. That will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we're going to be doing that. So we are going to play for their hidden. I'm just thinking that's not going to work either because this one gives me more power for each curse in my hand, but this power is going to allow me to get rid of a curse, but then that's going to reverse the extra power I've got here. So hold on. I think we're going to have to reveal Carol Sullivan. All right, we'll do that instead then. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. We're just going to play them all now. So these are all hidden. Carol Sullivan is revealed. Her revealed ability gives me the ability to choose a witch from the jail pile and place it on top of the Coven deck. Unfortunately, I don't have any in the jail pile right now, so we're just going to have to leave that, but that's fine. My available power is 8. Overcome challenges. So I'm going to overcome this angry mob first. You cannot overcome anything else while this mission has this on here. So that's 7 power remaining. I'm going to get rid of this one here. So this is going to give me 6, and this is only a failure trigger here. Then I'm going to get rid of this Witch Elder for 2 power. So I've got 4 remaining, and success, I can recruit a witch. So when you recruit, you take one from the other pile that you didn't select from, or you didn't take the pile of witches that you didn't take at the beginning of the game, and take one of the witches. I have got Pollyanna Lily, and she goes into my discard pile. At this point then, so I've got 4 remaining power. What I can choose to do, therefore, is overcome this evil witch, or to prevent this curse, or I can choose to use that power to protect the children at the school. So I am going to do that. So here, I'm going to suffer the aftermath. So I gain a curse. So I believe this goes into my discard pile as well. I do get rid of the witch, however. And here, I can therefore use my remaining 4 power to discard 1 challenge from another mission. And I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Is it a good one? It was a good one. Yes. Good. That means I've succeeded at this. So I'm going to take this 2 persuasion on Ichabod. Get rid of you. And clear up. So these guys come into my discard along with this curse. And unfortunately, because I played Carol Sullivan for her revealed ability, she gets put into jail. So I'm going to put her face up over here. She is in jail and I cannot use her until I get her out. And unfortunately, she is one of the witches that allows me to actually get people out of jail. So I might have to just forget about her and replenish. So there we go, rescue those trapped in the jail. Ha, how funny. If we succeed at this one, we can choose a card from the jail pile and place it in the Coven discard pile instead. That has 5 missions that we need to resolve on it though. That's a lot. That's a lot indeed. So now we draw another 5. I think we've got 4 in here. Yeah. So you start with 15 cards in your deck. So we're just going to reshuffle this discard pile and draw another one. Hopefully we got a nice lot of witches. No, we've still got a curse. These are getting to be a bit of a problem, these curses. So we have got Gwen Hayes, Stevens, Lillian, and Tancred. Okay. So that's not great. We haven't got any family synergy. However, we've got Amelia Stevens here, which allows us to capture one face-up familiar. Remember, this fox over here is a familiar, and it gives us a little extra ability if we capture him. And then her revealed ability later allows us to get +2 power for each familiar in your play area, which will be really nice. So that could be really good. That would give us 1, 2 power, 3, 4 power, 5, 6 power, 7, which is not a lot. That means we'll be failing at both of these. Choose a mission for each haze in play, discard a face-up challenge and replace it with the top of the challenge deck. That's not going to be any good either because, I mean, they may not be that bad. I think we may just need to deal with it. Tell you what we could do is wait and see. We are gonna go for this one over here, but we're gonna wait and see about playing Gwen. So I am going to play her for her hidden ability here. So capture one face-up familiar. I'm going to capture this fox. I'm going to put him over here. You can see him, and then at least you'll be able to see him. And remember, he allows me at any point to discard him to halve the difficulty of the mission that I'm on. So this would decrease this one to a difficulty 3. I think I might try and save it for the latter missions though. So I've got power of 2 here. Let's actually reveal the rest. Let's face this now. So let's reveal these, then I can decide whether or not I want to reveal anyone else. This isn't too bad. So we've got the Nixies here, which will mean we have to lose a villager's card. And this one here, you have to also lose a villager's card. I think if you lose 5 or more villagers, you will automatically lose the game. So you do need to be a bit careful. These villagers aren't necessarily just one villager. So you will draw the card, and I think it's between 0 and 3 villagers on each card. So you do need to be a bit careful about maybe losing both in the same round because you could automatically lose the game at that point. So I want to get rid of at least one. So what I want is a difficulty of a strength of at least 6, 7, 8. So I've got 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to have to reveal someone then. Or I could do ignore the effect on a mission this round. So that would give me, I'd still lose a villager. I think the only thing that we can do then is play both of these people for their hidden abilities and play Marie Tancred for her revealed ability. So her hidden ability is choose a mission for each haze, including herself, in play, discard a face-up challenge and replace it with the top card of the challenge deck. Oh, hang on then. I'm just gonna, do I want to do that? You don't have to do that. I will, just in case. Let's do that. Discard a card in a face-up challenge, discard a face-up challenge and replace it with the top card from the challenge deck. This isn't great either, but it was worth the risk, I thought. She doesn't have one. I'm absolutely going to play Marie Tancred for her hidden ability then, to ignore the effect on a mission this round. So, oh, this is a challenge, not a mission. Oh, for God's sake, I'm getting myself all confused. That's not going to work then. That's not going to work. It's fine. We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with it. But I'm not going to do her for her hidden ability. I'm going to do it for her revealed ability. I'm not going to do her revealed ability. We're going to be doing her hidden one. So we have got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 only. And unfortunately, that means I'm going to fail at both of these because I want to ensure that I can purify the well. So we're going to lose a villager's card. So we have killed 2 villagers, which is really not great. But we do get rid of those plague rats. And then we're also going to be gaining another curse. So that goes into our discard pile. We've only got 1 curse now that we can actually gain. All right, and now because we've got 7 strength, we can tackle this strength 6 mission, and we're going to succeed and recruit a witch. So let's take a witch here and put her face up over here. Liliana Sullivan, perfect. That's good, we're collecting Sullivan, so that's really good. And this is going to give us 2 persuasion on the fish person, which is Angel. There we go. Not too bad. So that gets removed from the game. All of you go into my discard pile. Sorry, there's a lot to actually think about or process when you're doing it, and it's difficult to tell you how my brain is working at the time, because often my brain is like 3 steps in front and my mouth is 4 steps behind. So anyway, we've now got all level 2 things out. You go through acts, so you have 3 missions in Act 1, 3 missions in Act 2, and 3 missions in Act 3. So I've actually tackled all of the Act 1 missions first. You don't need to, but they do tend to be a little bit more difficult as you go through the game. So that is why I've done it like that. 4 cards for you. And let's draw some more witches. It's going to be curse heavy now. Yeah, see? 2 curses in my hand. This is really not great. Do I have anyone that allows me to do stuff with curses? No. Oh, interesting. Oh, I've got an interesting little combo I could potentially use here. It would be a risk. But Liz Sullivan, I can draw 3 cards from the Coven deck here, place all Sullivans into your hand and any remaining in any order back on top. And then Michelle Sullivan's ability here, if 4 or more Sullivans are in play, you can remove 1 conviction card on a juror from the game. I think it's worth that risk at this point. Oh, wow. I think so. Oh my gosh. Because we're a little bit underpowered right now and I'm a little bit scared. But I don't know whether that's just a stupid risk to do right now when we have got 2 villagers lost, we're nearly full of curses, and we're nowhere near knowing what any of these cards are and any of these jurors. We're going to try it. This is probably going to be one of the shortest playthroughs I've ever done, and I'll lose like right now. I'm going to draw 3 cards from the Coven deck. Oh my gosh. No! Oh, there's no Sullivans. That's really, really rubbish. Okay. It was worth a shot. So let's just put these back in any order. It doesn't actually matter, I don't think, because I can't draw any more cards. No, I can't. So yeah, you could just go back in, but just for reference, plus power for extra lilies in play, and plus 2 power if you have no curses in your hand. This one, though, I could remove a curse from my hand if I reveal that one, so could be interesting. All right, so I have got a power of 1 at the moment. Maybe it would be good to go over here then. Or maybe I should go for the massive one, but then there's 5 challenges here. All right, let's have a look at these actual conditions on here. So if I succeed at this one, I can draw 1 fewer card from the Coven deck during the recover phase this round. That's not great. I guess it is less difficult than these, so you have to like balance that somehow. Rescue those trapped in the jail. I can choose a card from the jail pile and place it in the Coven discard pile. or increase the difficulty of all challenges at this mission by 1. Ouch. Ouch. I don't like any of those. I think we're going to have to use this fox. So if I use the fox, this will be a difficulty 2. This will be a difficulty of 4. And this will be a difficulty of 3. All right. I think we're going to go to this one over here. Destroy the lost soldiers camp at the old battlefield. Yeah, we're going to go here. Which is scary. Whitpool Will. Lost soldiers. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, everything's really powerful. All right. So we have got 2 angry mob. We've got an angry mob, so we have to defeat them first. We've also got a Whitpool Will, which also means that we need to do both of these before we do anything else. The Nixies will make us draw a villagers card and lose them. I'm going to check the rules in a second, because I think it's 5 or more villagers that we've lost and we'll lose the game. This isn't going very well. I'm not usually this bad at this. And the lost soldiers is a difficulty 4. And I would lose a random hidden witch. I think that might be like worth doing. And actually, this one here is increasing the difficulty of all challenges at this mission by 1. So let's just calculate what the maximum is that we could do. So if we used the fox, we could get this down to difficulty 3. We have got you that we could play, which is here, discard 1 challenge. I could get rid of that one and then play you for your revealed ability, which is +2 power for each other Sullivan in play. We've got both Liz and Michelle Sullivan. So that would give me a power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 only. I could use my fox and then I could get rid of you for 3, so that gives me 4 left over. I could discard you. I'm still going to have to get rid of a villager's card. It's going to have to be done though, isn't it? That's fine. We're going to therefore discard 1 challenge. We're going to discard this lost soldiers, because you're nasty. Because I've said that these need to be overcome before, this is a different step. So I'm actually doing all of these like hidden abilities. So this is a discard 1 challenge. So I just discard it. I don't tackle it, or I don't overcome it. And then I've got here, so my +2 power. So now I'm going to do all of these bits. So I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to have to do you for 5 and you for 3. That means I'm not going to use my remaining 3 power to overcome this. So that means I have to lose a villager's card. 1 villager. Okay, so we're a total of 3 villagers that we've lost now. We do get rid of you, therefore. I'm going to now spend my fox, which is I can remove him from the game to halve its difficulty of this mission, round it up. So this is now difficulty 3. I can therefore use my remaining 3 power from these witches to overcome these soldiers, and I can now push up the book person by 4 or somebody else by 2. And I'm going to do the 4 on the book person. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ichabod is now at 7 persuasion, which is really nice. So we potentially could be definitely getting there by now. In fact, we could have, I don't know if the distribution means that we could win on all of them by now, but chances of that are very slim. So anyway, we've managed to do that. We're struggling here. We are struggling. Elsie goes into jail, unfortunately. These 2 come back into my discard pile. Let's get a new one. I'm going to check the rule about these villagers, because we're going to have to be very careful now about our villagers situation. Yeah, so if the total number of villagers on the cards in the Lost Souls pile is 5 or greater, you immediately lose the game. So mine's 3 at the moment. Oh, that's stressful. Okay, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've definitely got a curse in here because I saw it. Yeah. So let's get rid of you over there. So we are in a sticky situation now, everyone. We have got some tank crits that we can use. Or uncover all challenges at one mission. Or I can reveal her to choose a mission, discard one challenge for each tank crit in play. Ooh. So that means I could discard 2. So, gosh, this is a hard game. This is a hard game. And +1 power for each Lily in play, unless she's going to be not very helpful because I don't have any other lilies. Maybe at this point I just need to go hard. I have just seen as well, actually. Unfortunately, this one here, face the possessed tree and the heart of the woods. So this is got one of these symbols that we need to be aware of, and not chosen trigger. So when we actually choose which mission we go on, if we don't choose this one, this triggers this, which says increase the difficulty of other missions by 2, which is insane. I don't know whether it's still worth doing that. I've got 5 encounters to come over as well, though. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's calculate what the maximum is here. I could do her secret one for 4. I mean, I think I might reveal you and get rid of that curse. 5, 6. I could do 7, 8. And then 9, 10. So I would have 10 if I was really pushing it and putting all of my witches in jail near enough. So maybe I should go for this one. Is that really stupid? Yes. But then this one is choose a mission, discard one challenge for each tank crit in play. I would have 2 tank crits in play. Let's go for it. Should we go for it? Are we feeling risky today? That would give me 5 persuasion on Hackett, not Hatchet. The hatchet wielding Hackett. Which means we'll be at 8. Which means we're nearly there. We could potentially get to the end of the game with that. And then the only one we got to worry about is the fish lady, which is this one here, actually. Yeah, we're going to do it. Oh my god. And I don't think we're going to play any cards, first of all. We're going to bide our time and see what's going on. We're gonna see what's going on. You watch it. This is the last turn. Okay. Okay, this isn't horrendous, I don't think. All right, what have we got? So the only one that we have to do is this one. So remember, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Because we have now chosen the mission, we have to trigger any of the not chosen effects and the chosen effects. The not chosen, we're fine because we have chosen this particular mission to go to. The others have successes on them, so we only worry about that once we have succeeded at beating them. So we can ignore the rest of that. This one, though, is a chosen ability, so I cannot overcome any other challenges, so I can't overcome these ones here while it has this card here. So I need a minimum of 7. This is lose a random hidden witch, so that's not brilliant. This is also a wild boar to lose a random hidden witch. That's not brilliant either. Success, I can recruit a witch. And this one here is an interesting one. So if I succeed, I can uncover one of Ichabod's conviction cards. So that could be really good because I could potentially, he's at 7, I could potentially see if it's worth the risk of ignoring the rest of his challenges. Because if, like, I reveal a 1, I know that the cards only go up to 6. So with the persuasion already at 7, we would already persuade him there. If I fail that one, I decrease his persuasion by 1, which isn't the end of the world, but it's still not brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to do this first of all, I think, and reveal Jane Kent. So which says, for each Kent, including Jane in play, I can remove 1 curse from your hand and place it in the curse pile. So that's really, really good. So I've got a power of 2. So I could do 4 here. So that would give me 6, 7, 8. And then I could do 9, 10. I'm just thinking maybe it's actually worth just... Oh, I don't know. At least none of these are like lose villagers, which would be really bad. Because I need 7, 8, 9. I'm only going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to reveal Pollyanna Lily. The reason being, she's not going to give me any extra power because her reveal power is +2 power for each other lily in play. I don't have any other lilies that I can play. But the reason why I want to do that is because these wild boars, which I'm going to have to do the failure ability, lose a random hidden witch. And I don't want to lose a random hidden witch unless... Sorry. You are going to be hidden. I'm going to reveal you. And I'm going to... Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will give me 7, 8, 9. We're going to go for that. Which means these two are going to be lost, but that's fine. So +1 for each other lily in play. I ignore that, there's no other lilies in play. Here, uncover all challenges at 1 mission. So I'm hopefully going to be ignoring the hatchet person in a minute. So I don't want to reveal them here because this is also persuading the hatchet person. I'd really need to tackle the fish lady, Angel. So I'm going to reveal these. Oh, they're not great, but that's fine. Then revealed ability, Phyllis Tancred doesn't have that. And for each Kent, including Jane, we've already done that because we played that and resolved that first. Okay, this is a difficult game, this one. So my available power is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overcome challenges. I'm going to overcome this one first because I have to. So that's 8 remaining power. I'm going to then do this one. So I succeed at this. Uncover 1 of Ichabod's conviction cards. So I'm going to take this one. Oh dear, we've got a 4. So I think we're going to have to push him up a little bit more. And then I've got 6 remaining. So I'm going to fail all of these. So this is just recruit a witch if you succeed. So I just discard it. I just don't get to recruit a witch, which is fine. And then I can lose a random hidden witch. I have 2 hidden witches here. So these both get lost from the game. And then I finally got 6 power that I can use. And I'm going to tackle this. I do not do this because this is a not chosen ability, but I do manage to persuade the hatchet by 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 8, which is very, very nice. But we are looking poorly. These 2 guys go into jail. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And here we go. Oh my gosh. We've got a not chosen ability here. Face Jenny Greenteeth in the swamp. If we don't choose this one now, we're going to lose a villager's card. And that will probably trigger the end of the game. So we have to go here. Let's see what mess we're going to find. That's a real shame. I wanted to do this one first. Okay, so we've only got 1 here. Let me shuffle the rest of the deck. I can't believe that that's come out. Oh my gosh. I think we're just going to have to though, because unless I've got an ability somewhere on my witches, which will allow me to like reshuffle villagers into my deck. I don't think I do. I can't take that risk. I'm still not overly familiar because I haven't actually seen the villager cards that often. Like what the distribution of those cards is in terms of, are most of them one villager? Is there multiple 3 villagers on the cards? I don't know. 3, 4, 5. That deck's getting rather small, and I think we've only got 1 curse, so it could have been worse. All right. Okay. So I think we're going to have to go here, which is just awful. So this one, Genevieve Roberts, I can get +1 power or +2 power per curse in my hand, which is good. This allows me to capture familiars. And unfortunately, because there's no familiars revealed, I can't do that right now. This is look at all the cards in the recruit deck. I can choose a Sullivan to place it on top of the Coven deck. That's all very well if I survive this round, or I can discard 1 challenge, which may be the way I have to go. Mercy Lily. For each Lily in play, draw 1 card from the recruit deck, choose 1 to place in your hand and shuffle the rest back into the deck. Okay, that's quite nice. Okay, so we need at least 8. I want at least 8. So if I played hidden, I would only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna have to lose people here. This is difficult. Is there any point in playing any of these witches right now before I go to this mission? For each Lily in play, draw 1 card. I think so. I think she's going to be good for her revealed ability. So I am, before I do anything else, going to play her. For each Lily in play, draw 1 card from the recruit deck. Choose 1 to place in your hand and shuffle the rest back. So I do draw a card. So this might just give me an extra bit of power. Yes, so Catherine Kent is actually quite useful because her hidden ability, for each Kent in play, discard 1 curse from your hand to the Coven discard pile and then draw a card to replace it, or +1 power for each curse in the curse pile. The curse pile has 2 curses in it, so I could play you for 3, 4, 5, and then that'll give me 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're doing okay. All right, that's all I'm doing right now. Played you. We're gonna now face Jenny Greenteeth. So let's just cross our fingers. Oh my god. You cannot overcome mission while it has angry mobs, and then lose a random hidden witch. Oh my gosh. This is bad. However, I do have a raven that I could capture. When a witch would be lost, you may remove the raven from the game instead and place the witch into the Coven discard pile instead of removing it from the game. I really want this possessed because his success is uncover 1 of the Hatchet's conviction cards, so we can get a better idea of whether we're going to definitely succeed at that. I don't really want to fail at this because that would decrease his persuasion by 1. He's at 8, which is quite a comfortable number. What's the maximum that we can get? We have got 1 here. If I go all out, I could get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that means I could get rid of you, which would leave me for 12. I could get rid of you, which would leave me with 10. We're going to do that, you know. Oh my god, that's revealing all of them, though. We're going to have no witches left. We're going to have no witches left. Oh, this could really work, though. We're just going to have to take a risk. So let's reveal Liliana Sullivan, discard a challenge. I'm going to discard this horrible Lost Soldiers. Actually, no, let's get rid of this angry mob first, just in case. Gives us more flexibility. You know what? Let's ignore this raven. So I've got 3 here. I could do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's pretty good. But what do I need? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And just ignore that raven. Or I could capture him. That's fine. So I've done that. I'm going to play you for your revealed, +1 power for each curse in the curse pile. So I've got 2 curses in the curse pile. I'm going to play Amelia Stevens for her hidden ability, capture 1 face-up familiar. I'm going to capture this raven, put him over here. And then I'm going to play Genevieve Roberts for her hidden ability, her revealed ability, +2 power for each curse in your hand. So I have a total power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to spend 3 to get rid of you. I've now got 11. I'm now going to get rid of you. So I've now got 9. Uncover one of Hatchet's conviction cards. A 1. Brilliant. So we have definitely got him on our side, as long as we don't lose the game in between times. And then I've got 9 left. I'm going to face Journey Greenteeth in the swamp. I don't get any benefit from that, but I do get the 5 persuasion on Angel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, wow, wow. Unfortunately, all of these people are in jail. My curse comes in my hand. Amelia Stevens has managed to survive. This is the very final one that we revealed. We don't actually have to defeat all of them or anything like that at this point in time. We can choose to go to trial. So actually, let me think about whether I want to go to trial. I'm not sure, because I haven't got any idea of how Angel is doing over there. Ichabod, we've got a 4. We're on 8. We're on 7, sorry. And I that's just not quite good enough. We've already got 4 that we need. So that means maybe it would be worth it. Maybe it would be. We have to decide to go to trial now before we draw our cards and see what hand we have. I haven't got a great amount of cards left. So that means I'm probably going to be drawing at least 2 curses. So if I went over here, who am I worried about? I'm particularly, you're okay, the Hatchet guy. Ichabod is a bit iffy. Angel, I'm a little worried about because I have much less information about her. So I could come over here. And what would be the worst things to happen? Draw 1 fewer card from the Coven deck during the recover phase. That's not a problem. I would trigger this Not Chosen ability to lose a witch of your choice from your hand or hidden play area. I could probably cope with that. I would have to overcome you. This would decrease Angel's persuasion by 1, but that would still mean I would increase it by 3. Lose a random hidden witch, or lose a villager's card. So I would have to get a minimum of 7 here. Oh, 8. I think it's worth it. I think I could probably do that. Shall I try it? I think so. Oh, I don't know. Let's do it. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I chickened out last time and I lost by 1 point. So I was like, let's be risky. Oh God, I've got 2 curses. However, we could afford to just go hard here. So we really need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 4 here. 5, 6. Oh God. 6 only. But this one I can discard one challenge. Yeah, that's fine, actually. That's fine. Let's do that. So I'm going to play Michelle Sullivan to discard one challenge, and I'm going to discard these Plague Rats. We then go to the choose mission. So I'm going to choose this one here. I seem like I'm doing it out of order, but I'm technically not. These were all revealed, but I would play witches and then I'd reveal these cards. But these were already revealed. So then I trigger the not chosen effect. So now I lose a witch of your choice from your hand or hidden play area. I'm going to lose Michelle Sullivan. It doesn't matter about my Raven. I don't need to keep her. She was giving me 0 power anyway, and I've already used her here to actually discard the challenge card, so that's fine. I'm now going to reveal Liz Sullivan. She doesn't have a special ability. And I'm going to reveal Marie Tancred to ignore the effect of on a mission this round. Which is fine. I don't really need to do that. But that's fine. So I have got a grand total of 6 power. I'm going to get rid of you for 1. I've got 5 left over. So I'm not going to do either of these. So I would decrease Angel's persuasion by 1. Get rid of you. I fail, lose a random hidden witch, and place the lost soldiers on top of the challenge deck. I don't have any random hidden witches. But I have, is it 5 left over that I do have? And I can therefore persuade the Angel for 4 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We've done that. You guys go to jail. My curses would come back into this deck here. I have not got hardly anyone left. So I think at this point, it is not a good risk to keep going. We're going to have to just see. We're going to have to go to trial and see if we've won. So going to trial is really simple. We reveal these cards and compare it to the persuasion that we've managed to reach. So let's do Angel first. So she has got a 3 and a 3. So we only needed 6 to persuade her. So we have done that for her. Ichabod. So we need at least 4, 5, 6. Yes, we managed to get up to 7 here. And Hatchet, we have got him as well because we've got 5 and we're on 8. So that means we have 1, and it tells us here how they all see us. So let's have a look for that. Here we go. So convicted jurors, all 3. We are innocent. Victory. So your victory over the threats to the village convinces all the jurors to your righteousness. Your coven has been welcomed into the village. So that is brilliant. Wow, that was a struggle. I actually thought that I was going to have to like refilm this because it was going so badly at the beginning. But we managed to claw it back. And then, yes, if you convince only 2, you get the not guilty verdict, but you just draw in the game. If you convince 1, it's a minor loss and you're found guilty. And if you convince none of them, the evil reigns over the village and you get a major loss. So anyway, that is Witchcraft. I hope you enjoyed the game. Join me in a minute and I will tell you my final thoughts on the game. So just sharing some final thoughts on the game of Witchcraft. This is one that really caught my eye because of the aesthetics of the game. It actually reminded me of a video game that I played this year called The Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. And the aesthetics of that one are very much the same. You play as a witch in a coven, and it's very like purpley, deep reds, very like autumnal colours that feel very like supernatural and really gets that like witchcraft vibe going. I absolutely loved that game, and so looking at the cover of this game and the purples and that really sort of brought that theme to life again for me, and I really just had to have this game. On top of that, of course, it's solo only, so automatically piqued my interest because more effort is going to be put into the solo gameplay because that is how the whole game is built. This game actually has 2 modes, so today we were just playing the like basic game and how you can just replay it again and again using different jurors and each juror has their specific set of like mission cards to shuffle into the deck as well. So you will see different missions and different familiars and things like that to overcome. But there is a like story mode as well, and you will take out a couple of the witches from your coven and you will shuffle different ones in with slightly different powers and you will play with them. You will also have different like winning conditions or different tasks to do, and you do not finish the game with the like trial. You do not have conviction cards to like overcome or anything like that. It is just like a separate like goal you're trying to complete. I have played this game almost solely like the playthrough today, just out of the like base game box. I haven't really explored much of the story mode, but what I will say is that I have played the first 2 scenarios of the story mode, and that was what piqued my interest as well. That was what really got me excited. I really like something with an extra narrative or changing narrative to go through. But I will say that actually that was a slight disappointment to me as compared to the actual base game. I found that the story mode actually was a lot easier than playing the base game, and the removal of the trial at the end of the game actually took out a lot of the tension and the excitement that the game like builds up towards. I would say like a game of Witchcraft lasts about half an hour to 45 minutes, depending on how much deliberating you're doing. But the first 2 like story scenarios that I did took me about 20 minutes each, and I found winning them quite easy. And so they were just underwhelming to me so far. Obviously, I've only played the first 2, but there are only 9 to go through, so that's automatically 2 out of the 9 that I probably wouldn't return to. I actually wanted to sort of use those story scenarios as like a method to like keep this game really replayable and to revisit often, to like go through all of those stories like one after the other and multiple times and multiple sit-throughs, but I probably wouldn't return to those ones. So hopefully they will rank up in difficulty towards the end. But I just feel like they could have pushed that aspect a little bit more from the off and sort of really built on this game even further. But it seems like they've done it the other way around, that you can play through the story mode first and like ease yourself into the game before you like go into the main game, which is, I would argue, less replayable because you only have the one sort of like setup that you're doing. But anyway, let's go into the actual gameplay of this one. I absolutely find it so tension building, and it's fabulous what you are doing in this game. I love the ability that you can choose at what point you want to play your witches. It's so interesting to have that deliberation about whether or not you're going to play witches before you even know where you're going. I mean, you might have a good idea about where you think you might want to go in your head, but there's definitely been situations that I've played in a game where I've played a witch, revealed like a mission somewhere, and it was like a really nasty one that I didn't want to go to, and shifted my focus elsewhere. And I really love that you can think like you're going to get into a certain, pattern of gameplay in this game, like work yourself through your Act 1 challenges and then your Act 2s and just go in that direction. But actually, you could see in this game that depending on what sort of triggers are going to be setting off how much curses you've got in your deck, how many villagers you reveal, you really have to be very adaptive to how the game is unfolding. And it makes it for a very interesting gameplay at all times. It's one that evolves quite a lot, and it's surprising how in many different ways that it does evolve. So like I said, you do have to just be aware of every single aspect and really carefully balance everything at all times. Like whether you're really trying to push for those extra abilities of your witches. So some of their revealed abilities are really strong. Like you could discard one of the juror cards, which potentially could get rid of like a value of 6 out of there. So you would automatically win one of them perhaps without even doing anything in the whole game, which is huge. And you also have to then balance all of the missions that are there. Some of them have more missions, some of them have less, some of them are really high value difficulty missions. Some of them have like real nasty like encounter. What is it? Challenge? Challenges. There's challenges and missions. You've got to balance all of those aspects, as well as monitor how many villagers you're losing, as well as monitor how many curses you've got in the discard pile, in your deck, in your like curse pile separately, because everything is so interlinked, and it's just so fun to balance all of those aspects, and a very, very clever and very well put together game. I must admit that when I like sat down this morning, on top of all of the noise that's been going on, which obviously made me a bit more stressed than usual, but It's not one that I automatically feel really excited to play, but actually this playthrough has just reawakened me. I haven't played it for a little bit, maybe like a week or so, but it's just reawakened that realization to me at how well woven together all of these aspects are. And I especially like that ability as well, that you don't necessarily have to, you overcome one of the missions that you are doing according to a certain juror, but not only do you have that ability to like push up in that juror's persuasion, you can push that persuasion elsewhere onto other jurors. You do like take a little bit of a penalty in terms of you get 2 instead of the 4 persuasion, but I love the adaptability that you can really sort of mold the game to your liking, mold the game to how well everything's panning out and what abilities you have available to you. It's just so much going on, and just incredible the amount of like stuff to think about in this box. I don't even know what the word is. The amount of not necessarily physical content, but the amount of like mind expansive thinking, the amount of thinkability, the amount of complexity, the amount of multi-layered gameplay is packed into this box is really, really impressive. So in terms of replayability in the game, as I said at the very beginning, I'm not sure about the replayability of the like story aspects of yet. Definitely the first 2 of 9 I wouldn't particularly want to go back to. I wouldn't run back to. But the replayability of this base game itself, just as you play it, as I played it today, is very good. All of the cards that you have seen are all going to be changing. You will see the same missions if you choose the same jurors. So there are a good number of jurors in the box. There are 8 jurors in total, so you could be playing at least 3 games without seeing like the same ones again and again. With each of the jurors as well, they're not specifically like different in how they're persuaded, but they will have different missions that you shuffle into the mission deck. So not only will you have hang on, let me just use the right terminology. You'll have different missions to resolve, which are these ones here, which are the like big things that you're trying to overcome, which gives you the persuasion over them. But you also have different challenges that you will shuffle into the challenge deck and face. So like the familiars will change up, as I said, and things like that. So they will feel a little bit different in how the game like pans out. They're not overly different. And the missions themselves as well also have like a set of cards that you always shuffle into the deck as well. So those will feel a little bit repetitive at times, but not too bad. So I wouldn't say that this has like endless replayability. Basically you are playing a rather similar game every single time, but it still doesn't like take away from the replayability in terms of the challenge that you feel and the different decisions that you are forced to like go down and the adaptability that you need to maintain in your gameplay. It's not one that you will necessarily automatically feel is very repetitive. I do wish that there were maybe a couple more cards or a couple more witches or something there that does give you that ability to like reveal those juror cards, those conviction cards, so you can see how much persuasion each of the jurors needs. I feel like that's a really nice additional layer of gameplay. Like if you reveal one, you can choose how much you want to gamble. Whereas in this game particularly, I didn't really get much opportunity to reveal any of those cards. And so ultimately, your whole goal is to just try and push all of them up as much as possible and then go to trial at the last possible opportunity. So I feel like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity. I would have liked to have seen more ability to reveal those cards just to sort of give you that extra edge in how you play the game, whether you want to neglect one of them, one of the jurors and really focus elsewhere, or just to sort of give that little extra tactic going. But unfortunately there is only one witch, I think, that allows you to do that particular thing, or a couple of them. Just wanted to see that, and maybe a couple of mission cards that are like really difficult to overcome. That would have been really fun to manipulate. It's always that's a really nice feeling when you can like get rid of one of those cards or reveal one of those cards. It's a really big thing because that's ultimately what you're working towards through the whole game, revealing those conviction cards and trying to ensure that you can meet that end game criteria. So revealing those cards, getting rid of them is such a big boost in confidence in your gameplay. And I wish they just pushed that a little bit more. That would have been, the cherry on top of this already really well iced game. You didn't really see it too much in this gameplay as well, but I do really, really enjoy the not chosen abilities. So we did sort of see this one here. In fact, that's why we actually had to go and face Jenny Greenteeth. But here you've got the not chosen ability, so you get something really nasty if you don't choose that mission to go to once it's revealed. Really like that because that really forces you to not dilly-dally. They're usually in the Act 3 missions that you'll see, but one of them was the Act 2, I believe. Was the Jenny Greenteeth Act 2? No, she was Act 3. Yeah, maybe they're all Act 3 then. But it just sort of is an additional thing to think about and really sort of forces you to not dilly-dally, really focus on getting things done as quick as possible and really push that risk a little bit further. I just think that's a really interesting additional layer. I really enjoy that. So a little bit about the components. As I said at the beginning, the aesthetics of this game is what drew me in initially. I really like the theme as well, but the box art really caught my eye, and the purples and the overall sort of theming of it really sort of wove together really, really well. However, once you look at all the cards, everything looks really lovely, really beautiful. But I will just say that the witches, I was just a little bit disappointed at. Like, they're very, you can see them, they're just very beige and blue, which I understand why they've done it, so you can clearly see which side is revealed, which side is hidden. But I don't know. I wanted them to have a little bit more personality. I wanted to look at them a little bit more and be able to 100% see that that's the Sullivan family. And you can, without looking at the name, you can sort of see that they all look the same. They all have like red hair or something like that. Just something there to really like weave them all together and to really make them pop off the page. I think everything else looks gorgeous. Everything, like all the mission cards and all the challenges look really, really nice. And the jurors are fine. I mean, they're very blue and very, plain looking, but they are a side thought. I mean, you're tackling all of this other stuff, and they're just a side thought that you're just trying to get to at the end of the game. But the witches themselves, I was like, why didn't they push a bit more color there and maybe give the backgrounds a different color, so the hidden background and the revealed background is the different colors? I don't know. So that was the only thing that I was a little bit disappointed in. And I will say, unfortunately, in this printing, the curse cards were cut differently. So when you have like the deck of your coven cards and the curse cards, you can feel that the curse cards are ever so slightly larger than your coven. And I believe I can tell from the back as well that the printing color is very, very slightly off. So that's a little bit of a shame, but you just don't think about that too much. You just shuffle them, like not riffle shuffle or anything like that. And it makes sure that you're not thinking too much about, oh no, I've got another, I can see a curse on top there. Just ignore that aspect. I will say, if I want to keep this game, I think I will probably get some sleeves for it, because it is one of those games that definitely, if you do start to see that like the card 6 is on a particular person, that's going to affect your gameplay. Unfortunately, there are 3 different sized cards in this game as well, so you will need to get 3 separate sets of sleeves if you did want to sleeve everything, unfortunately. But it is one of those games that you are doing a reasonable amount of card handling, and it's going to start to affect the game after a while, the more you handle it. The final thing that I really like in this game is the use of familiars. I'm very much a animal person, and so the addition of those to be able to recruit into your team is really, really fun. I also like the fact that they are just sort of open in front of you. If you manage to reveal them, you know that they're there, and if you can overcome them or manage to capture them, they will give you a really good benefit later in the game. But also, if you have to ignore them, they're just something that won't give you like a negative effect. So that's really nice to have that balance of, there are some things that you're going to need to overcome to offset that negativity or to stop you losing the game, but equally there's just some that you can ignore. You won't get their massive benefit, but you can still ignore it without any detriment to you. And I just really like that balance once again. As you can tell, that this is a really simple in concept game. you're just, you know, balancing a couple of numbers. There's a little bit of maths going on, but the overall like package of this is very well put together. So I think I will leave that one there for Witchcraft. I will say that this one is difficult to get hold of right now, unfortunately, but I understand that this is, I'm not sure whether Salt and Pepper Games, I don't know whether they are republishing it or whether they are working with another publisher to get this one reprinted at some point later in the year. So hopefully within the next few months you will be able to get your hands on this game if this is the game for you. As I said at the beginning, Resist is another game that has very, very similar concepts, but it is quite a shift in theme. So maybe have a look at that one and see if the theme is more your sort of thing. If not, hold tight for Witchcraft because it's on its way. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough of Witchcraft. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and you will be let know of any future releases that I do. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your day and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.